Today's story is from r/entitledparents by the user McLeod. The title of the story is Entitled Parents Starve Toddlers for Phones. The story goes as I work at a big name wireless carrier and have plenty of entitled people stories, but this one was just horrible to watch. This was a few months ago. A family of 5 walked in, so I go to greet and help them. There was a grandma with her son in his mid-20s, girlfriend/wife, and their 2 small children. So we have grandma, EM, entitled mother, EF, entitled father, and small child 1 and small child 2. The purpose of their visit was to upgrade the grandma's iPhone 8. She doesn't speak English and I did not know her language, and all my co-workers who did were busy. So I communicated with EM and EF, but also tried my best to use Google Translate to talk with grandma. The actual whole account was under the grandma's name. The 2 parents were on her account. For those who don't know, if you're under someone's wireless account, all your actions fall on them. If a phone that you financed goes unpaid, the collectors go to the account holder. They technically own your phone number even if you pay for it. So all responsibilities fall on them. Depending on the account holder's credit, you can only put 0 down on so many phones. Most accounts have a limit of like 5k financing. Anyway, I go over options with grandma for financing a new iPhone 12. Even had a trade-in deal to make it cheaper for her. But we had one problem. The bill was in delinquency and the system will not let us finance out new devices if it is. So, entitled mother and entitled father get involved. They ask why the bill is so high. So we go over the PDF with them. And 80% of the bill was from entitled mother and entitled father. They both had a Samsung S10 Plus financed with insurance. And both had 3 plus accessories, cases, screen protectors, speakers, and wireless earbuds, etc. So that was an easy extra $200 a month just for the couple's stuff. They both talk to the grandma. She pulls out her credit card and force her to pay the delinquent bill. But wait. Entitled mother spots the new, at the time, Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. $1,300 phone. $1,450 after taxes and fees. Suddenly, they forget grandma's upgrade and start talking to me about financing options for this phone for both parents. I remind them that their S20 pluses are still being paid off, so if they upgrade to the new Note, they would be paying over an extra $100 a month for 2. Also, because their financing limit will be reached, grandma will have to wait a long time to finance a phone for her on her own account. Grandma, entitled mother, and entitled father all have a conversation between themselves for a few minutes, and I give them some privacy to talk. Entitled mother and entitled father approach me and say they are not upgrading grandma today, but they both want the Note 20 Ultra today. I get my coworker who speaks their language to talk to grandma to confirm that she's okay with this. She was, so I go over the cost of financing them, again reminding them the phones they cost last year was not paid off yet, so they can expect a large bill increase. Poor grandma. They don't care and I proceed. I bring the phones out and start to ring them up. But because of the financing credit, was pretty much maxed out at this point, and one phone would need a $300 down payment plus take today, so total would be like $450. They say, hey, can you give us just a minute? So I do. Entitled mother called kid one's soccer club and cancelled her classes for the next month to help cover this. Makes calls to some other family members, and at this point I give them privacy. Then they signal me over for a question, so I stick around. I overhear entitled mom to entitled father saying for the remaining $200 they need, they can simply skip the kids' breakfast for a week or two and make plain pasta for dinner every night for the next few weeks. Entitled father agrees and says that the kids are fine eating plain pasta every day for a few weeks. At this point, they took a notebook from grandma and asked for a few more moments and start writing a bunch of numbers down. I try not to overhear, but they even say how they are gonna cut down on kids' juices and snacks for a while. I tell them that I can hold the phones for them if they want to do it next weekend. They decline, saying they really want them now. At this point, my manager gets involved and has me ring everything out, and it's said and done. Unrelated, but entitled father then starts telling me all about the kids' bowel movement regularities. Then they all leave the store, and I just feel so bad for these two toddlers and grandma. Edit. Yes, I tried to stop the scene. After I did, they complained to the manager and about me, saying it was none of my business. In my state, you can get sued for that, so my manager said I had to. Edit 2. Yes, I still have their account and phone numbers, which I will tip CPS to. That's something management cannot stop me from doing.